Hi everyone, welcome back to Chop's Garage, and our 106 GTI is in. Now those of you who regularly watch the channel may have heard me speak about this a few videos back. One of our subscribers put his, I think it might have been his aunt, excuse me if I'm wrong, in touch with me because unfortunately her brother had passed away, leaving them with his pride and joy, which is this 106 GTI. It's only had 2 owners and it's only done 58,000 miles. But as you can see, due to his illness, it has been sat for a while. It's looking a little bit worse for the wear. So she gave me a ring and said, is there something you could do with it, James? We had a good chat about it. I said, look, at the end of the day, with it having been sat around for a long time, there are a number of different things that could need doing to it. And at the time she rang me as well, they hadn't been able to get the car started, which these are famous for issues with their keypad immobilizers, but it could also be a number of other things. It could be a dead fuel pump, couldn't it? Could be electricals eaten up by mice. You just never know from a car that's been sitting. I always tell you guys, do not buy cars that have been sitting for a long period of time with low miles. Go and buy a high mileage car that's been used regularly. And I consistently ignore my own advice and do the exact opposite. So we had a little chat about it. We agreed a price, but part of that deal was that I said that we would get the car MOT'd so she could retrieve the number plate off it, because that's got some sentimental value to her. And then what we would do is we would raffle the car off and give a proportion of the proceeds to the charity she works for. And I think it was, I want to say it's people with autism, but I will confirm that for you. So Adrian went and picked it up yesterday. I completely bought it blind, didn't even have photos of the car, just had their description. And Adrian rang me last night and said, I haven't been able to get it started. I can't start it. I can't get it on the trailer without winching it on. Dropped it off here yesterday and has left it parked here for me to try and work out if I can get it started. I don't have any help to get it rolled into space at the moment. So we're going to have a go at getting it started, otherwise it's going to be blocking the place up. So we'll have a quick look at it bodywork wise. It doesn't actually seem bad. The panels seem pretty good. This door doesn't seem to want to reclose since I opened it. I got enough power to get the window down, but I haven't tried to start it yet. I want the window down, so if I am going to leave it running, I'm not going to lock myself out. There's a little bit you could do with doing on the arch there. Is that scrape paint or is that paint over the top? That's scrape paint. So I could do with that. Plastics are a bit grey here, but they'll outro out. We've got plenty of tread on the tyres. It wasn't actually used that long ago. I think it's been sat for a few... I mean, judging by the moss, I'd say it's been sat for a year maybe, but he was using it regularly up to that point. We've got pretty much new tyres all the way around. They don't seem to have any sidewall cracking. He says that. It's a little bit... No, that's not sidewall, it's just mud. So the tyres look like all right. Discs are obviously really rusty. We'd have to run it for a bit and see if they'll clean up or not. It's in need of an MOT, obviously, and we need the MOT to get number plate off for the lady. But all around the back here seems good. We're not going to really know until we give it a really good clean. The alloys look like they've got some weathering on them. They could do with a refurb. Worth doing on these because they're really getting collectible, the GTIs. I had the 106 Rally, which now goes for silly money, but the GTIs are also worth good money now. This is just a headlight cover that's got crud underneath it, so we can whip those off. Whip those off and clean the headlights up for proper. We have got tape around the sunroof, which, come to think of it, wasn't mentioned to me. So we'll have to look at getting new sunroof seals for this. Hopefully it's not rotten around the edges of it. So let's do that on my 106 Rally. I mean, this seems to have worked because I want to move it inside now anyway, but it seems to have worked because the interior's not musty or smelly or water damaged at all. So the tape seems to have done the job for the moment, but obviously we don't want it to be taped up for resale. So we'll have to look at getting a new sunroof seal for that. And probably run some sealant around the edge of the metalwork as well. I mean, to be fair to the guys that sold it to me, they don't really know much about cars. I don't think they had a proper look over it. They just wanted to give it a good home. Interior wise, interior seems good. Fabrics are all nice. It's obviously a lot of tidying up of paperwork. So there's a lot of paperwork in. I've got my top done there ready to go. 58,932 miles, so it is low mileage. This is the keypad I was talking about down here. A lady did tell me that her brother had spent a lot of money getting a new keypad sorted out. I hear tell if you have got a good battery on one of these and you start it with this and then disconnect it afterwards, then you can start the car going forwards without this there at all anymore. Which would make life easier for us while working on it, but I think we'd probably want to put it back to that for the benefit of originality. We've got a proper tape deck. We've actually got some tapes in this car as well. We'll be able to try that out. It's pretty much the same as my 106 Rally in here, apart from the dials are slightly different. Headliner seems good. I'm not seeing any leaking around the headliner here, so I can imagine it was dripping past here on the seals. So, oh, it's an electric one as well. Let's just see if that's working. Yeah, seems pretty good there. Now obviously we don't know what it's like underneath, we haven't been underneath it on it yet. Got a lot of stuff in the boot here. I'm not seeing any signs of any mice on it yet. I'm not seeing any signs of any damp either. Now in the bonnet, I know there's some rust in the bonnet because I saw it on a previous MOT, and it's the same rust I had on my 106 Rally as well, because these 106 shells rust in the same places all the time. Get in here. Where are you, little devil? There we go. Gas struts. Rocker cover could do with refurbishing. That would be nice to refurbish. So yeah, the bit of rot is down there. All the 106s go either side here. We'll have to get the light out this side and check this side as well. But they all tend to go. It's all a bit grimy in here. Nothing that can't tidy up. Oil level, about halfway down dipstick oil, looks fairly clean. Got all the leaves and stuff in here to jet wash out, clean out. I'm sitting while I hoover those out first actually. I'm resisting the urge to start cleaning yet. We've got to get it started. So I think that's the next step. What we'll do is get I know the battery's dead as a dodo, so we'll get the top don on. And see where we can get to it. Well, I didn't nip down Moors and get a new battery for it a bit later. I'll put this on a reconditioning setting with the top on recon setting on the battery tester I've got from them. Let's get it in boost mode. Well, I have got the code for the keypad. I think it's possible they didn't have enough voltage going through the car for the code to work, but also, like I said, there's a number of other things it could be. The fuel is obviously old in it. We want to get that out ideally. Fuel pump could be rusted up and dead. Right, keypad. Oh, keypad light's gone off. I think our battery's jump pack's gone off again already. 2 seconds. I'm hearing what sounds like the fuel pump pumping up to the engine bay when I'm there. That's flashing green. We've got lights on the dash here. Now when I spoke to Adrian, he said, oh yeah, I put the code in because it says code in on the stereo, so you put the code in. Well, that hasn't got a 0 on it, so I'm not sure what he was doing down there, or whether he was looking down here when he put it in, or whether he just, that 0 took a bit of pressing for it to make the noise. So potentially they just didn't realise they hadn't got the code in quite right. But it is running. It's running quite nicely. I don't want to run it too long because, like I say, the fuel's proper old on it. I'll just run it long enough to move it, I think, in front of the unit, so I can give it a clean up. Oh, phone. Right, yeah, let's get it up in front of the unit so that I can give it a clean off, because whatever we do with it, we don't want it sitting around looking dirty, or we don't want any unit looking dirty. We'll also get a chance to see how much water comes through the sunroof as well when we do that. We'll just drive it around the corner a second, see how free things like the brakes and that are. Oh! Don't know what's going on with this door, it doesn't seem to want to catch. I had that with my 106 as well. Don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was that it needed doing in the end. I'll have to hold the door, I think. Windscreen wipers, slowly working. Gear, we've got gears. Handbrake down. It's a bit strange. Oh no, I was going to say something strange with the accelerator pedal, but it's all the way over here. And I've got great big clodhoppers on. Not a lot of foot space there. Right. Have we got brakes? Yeah, they're a bit spongy, but they're there. Which is only to be expected at this age. See if we can't get any other gears while we're at it. These engines are renowned for being pretty tough, and I don't really ever hear a lot about the gearboxes either, to be honest, so there's no reason to believe there should be anything majorly complex, but they're all easy to fix anyway. Yeah, we got into second, okay. Got a bit of a noise there. So the belt, so it's starting to whir up a little bit. Probably want to do a cam belt on this anyway, safety. But we do have a runner driver, guys. Let's get the battery charged up and let's get the bodywork clean so it's looking a bit more respectable around here. Check whether electrics are working. I've got to find a code for the stereo. That seems a healthy electric window. Oh, I know this one works because I put it down. Yeah. Do we have blowers? We do. Hazards. Yeah. Reheat screen. And that's your lot on one of these. That is literally everything you have. Oh, we've got electric mirrors as well. Yeah, they're moving. Check the other side. That one's not moving the other side, I don't think. Let's have a look at that. It's got to half temp, we'll leave it running and see if it gets over temp or not. I won't leave it running too long, but just long enough to establish whether it would be overheating or not. Like I say, we've got a lot of stuff to clean out as well. There's your V5, 2 former keepers, so low owner for this age as well. Just getting a little Polo loaded up and gone with the scrap man before we start on the 106, the Polo from the previous video. He's very kindly given me an additional £10 specifically for our charity. He watches the videos and he couldn't get on to raffle to get tickets himself, so he just gave me an extra tenner to give to Sophie's Legacy. So very kind of him indeed. He's gonna, yeah, unfortunately, like I say, just isn't worth getting involved in that at the moment. He says he started on a blind buy of a Peugeot 106. So everything's getting a good douse in a G101 at the moment. Now with G101, I would say if you put it on bodywork, make sure you rinse it off pretty darn quickly, and you don't do it in a very high concentration. This is about only 20% G101, but at the moment this is so grimy, we need something to really break it down. I don't think road traffic film remover is going to do it. I'll put a link to G101. I'll put my link to my my Amazon page, Amazon store, underneath if you've never come across G101. But anybody who knows about it, it's like the one what do I want to say? It's a one product that'll do everything. It'll do your fabrics, it'll do your paintwork, it'll do your engine bays, it'll do absolutely everything, do your plastics. It seems to cut through absolutely anything. there you have it, quick clean over with some G101, and we've got a really nice looking 106. Now it'll probably benefit from a machine polish once it's dried off. It's going to look shinier now than it will do when it's dry. Probably be a little bit flat. I imagine this is a single stage white, being an older Peugeot, quite possibly, which would, like I say, will really benefit from machine polish. But the panels themselves, really good. It's pretty free. I'm not noticing any dings or dents. I'm not noticing any rust. All the paintwork's pretty nice. There's only a couple of little bits that have really faded, one of which is one of the door handles, I think. But yeah, there's a little small dink there just above the Peugeot badge. But overall, it's nice. You have a look how wet it is inside now. It's got a bit more in this door because it door didn't completely close. But I've gone around the sunroof. There's a sunroof. I'm not really noticing something around the sunroof. I can only assume it's very heavy rain that affects it. I can see a bit of dampness on the runners. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of dampness on the runners. But it doesn't seem that bad. I don't see any water staining anywhere from previous leaks. I wonder how bad it really was. Yeah, so the interior needs to clean up now. Need to get all this stuff out and give it a good old clean up. And then see what we're left with here. I'm interested what the history is. So given the interior basic clean up just by collecting up all the paperwork and stuff and just clearing out all the rubbish. The seats are fantastic. They're in really good condition. Really good. They're not showing any signs of damp. So again, I'm not sure what was going on with the sunroof situation. But as I've been going through, I've been sorting all the paperwork out. We've got some old MOTs, which I'll keep hold of. I always throw away MOTs normally because you can find them online now. But these will be pre the online system, I would have thought, with the tax discs. I found all the handbooks as well. So we've got an original Peugeot 106 handbook. We've got a Weberstow guide for the sunroof. We've got the UK service book. We've got the warranty maintenance book here. So we've got a stamp here for 97 at 1,645 miles. 97 at 8,000, is that? 97, I think. And we got 99 at 14,000 miles. Then we got 2,000, we've got 16,000 miles. 2001, 17,000. It's got a mileage written down on that one, 21,000 miles, but not seeing anything stamp. Then we've got one at 26,000 miles of 2023, 30,000 miles 2024, 32, 2005. I don't know what the gap there was about. 2006 we've got 35, and 2007 we've got 36. We've got something in there for some other bits and bobs, but in here we have quite a lot of invoices here, running right through from about 2007 to 2023, and there's probably 5 or 6 more services in there. So certainly not a full service history, but a lot of history. So yeah, seems like a good example of a little 106 GTI. So we've got a couple of little jobs to get done on it. We'll need to get MOT'd, and then we will, as promised, get it up on a raffle with a proportion to her charity. And as soon as it's MOT'd, I shall do a little test drive video and see if they're as much fun as I remember them to be. Speaking of raffling the Peugeot, don't forget the latest raffle is now on, and it's for this Audi A3 convertible. Less than 55,000 miles, new advisory free MOT. It's the 1.2 turbocharged petrol, so nice combination of power and economy. It's in lovely condition. It's got a full service history. In fact, fun little story, I'm not sure if I'll be saying this on camera or not, but Mike's brother, who works professionally as a mechanic, did some side work, and when he saw Mike had this car, who sold it to me, Mike from Wales, he said, "Oh, I did a timing chain on that recently out of hours." So obviously it's not stamped in the book, but has been done, and I can see that from looking in the engine bay because there's new gaskets and all sorts. So yeah, cracking little car, 6-speed manual, interior is all in nice nick. Seats are in lovely condition. Hood works beautifully. That is £2 a ticket. It's currently live. I'll put the QR code up on screen now, which you can scan if you want to go straight through to it. I'll put a link in the video description, or just Google Chops Garage raffle and you'll find the raffle there. And we still are yet to decide on the charity. A few have been suggested, but we're going to give a portion of the proceeds from this charity as well. A few have been suggested, but get your comments in down below as who you'd like to see supported, and we'll go on a majority vote with that. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.